Here are the points. Do things without telling anyone. Have a personal life. Second is do things without your phone. Why should people be able to access you all the time? You should have your own personal space. 3, make sure at least some people know the real you, even if you are a dickhead. 4, never chase. Instead, build. Focus on growth. Focus on being better rather than having better. Be direct, even if it's awkward. Try to beat your emotions. Try to just say how you're feeling calmly, plainly, and accurately. Be respectful. That will last longer than being liked. Ask for help, even though it's tough. Take a moment to breathe. Just talk to someone else. Get out of your own head, out of your own perspective. See things from a different point of view. Get off the internet. Invest in the real world. And by investing in the real world, kind of maybe the most important point out of all of these is try to undo the programming you've had, especially around women. Try to connect with people, try to connect with women, and do that through respect. Masculinity is not this clearly defined thing. You get to sort of define it for yourself in terms of what being a man is, because being a man is an idea. It's not the same as being male. Being a man is just a cultural idea. It's something that is used to condition people. This is what a man is, therefore you should be it. That's the rhetoric of a lot of people. Any old person on the internet, including myself, anyone can tell you what being a man is. That doesn't mean they're right. Why should you have to accept what someone else says about you? We shouldn't be able to put our idea of someone on someone. We can't choose who someone is based off of our idea of who they are. Whatever culturally we've been told someone is, doesn't mean that that person has to be that. That is the same with you. You don't have to confine who you are to this idea that's been imposed on you. It sounds weird, but yes, the male gaze applies to objects of desire. It also applies to other men. Like, you are being gazed at as an idea that you need to be certain qualities. The male gaze isn't just lustful, it's a framework, and it's something that everyone is put into. Guys who don't address their male gaze are looking at other men comparatively. They're weighing up that guy with their definition of what it means to be a man. The male gaze, I think, it's just a shortcut, and a bad shortcut to human understanding. It doesn't get you anywhere. You don't understand someone better through gazing at them with preconceived ideas. Why would it? If you can stop looking at other people through this lens, then why not also stop looking at yourself through that lens and be a little bit more open-minded about what it can mean to be a guy in this current world. People treat it like a checklist, but I hope what I've said today doesn't come off like a checklist. I don't think failure to adhere to any of my advice makes you less of a man. Being a man is sort of, it's just going to be controlled by what other people say, whether we like it or not. Our only option is just to decide who we want to be. And if it's helpful for us to think about that in terms of what we think a good man is, then hell yeah, let's think about what a good man should be. But we don't have to. You can just think about who you should be, what you want to be. People think being caring and compassionate is quite a feminine thing. But maybe you decide for yourself that being a man and masculinity is just being as caring and compassionate as possible. And I bet that people wouldn't look at you as you embody that philosophy and think of you as any less of a man. They would probably, like most people are probably going to look at you and say, hey, that's someone who knows who they are, what they want, and they live by it. They're honest. They are strong to their values. Even if that person's values are not my values, hell, like I can't knock them because clearly they're sure of themselves. It's just giving yourself the permission to just be. Not strive, not change, not worry, not become more masculine, not hurt or grieve or anything in particular, just to be. Just be. Like you're gonna exist anyway. So why not just let yourself be? Think of yourself as just a person that like you've been beating up all these years, like putting all of this shit on. You listen to all of these people tell you all these things about who this person should be. Chances are you've been pretty harsh on this person. You've probably been a bit of a critic to yourself, like I've been to myself. At a certain point, you're just gonna just let that person be. Stop trying to make that person something other than what it is. If this behavior of needing to be something else was directed to someone else, I think it'd be clear to everyone that it was time for you to leave that person alone. Except that person is you. It's time for you to leave alone that person with this constant gaze of what it should be, what it needs to be, what it means to be, and just letting it be. If masculinity does continue to be important to you in distinguishing who you are, find that naturally in men who you respect and in things you find masculine that are positive. If you're going to let masculinity be an important feature of your life, don't let someone on the internet tell you how to do it or what it is. Just find it and be it. People are always going to tell you that you can't just be. And yet it's been how many years and you've just been. I mean, it sounds weird, but it just is true. You've just existed anyway in spite of that. And chances are, like, you've probably not been that bad of a person. You've probably been pretty good and a lot better than the people who are telling you who to be. You don't need my permission. You only need your own permission to just stop listening to who is trying to decide for you what it means to occupy your own identity. Give yourself that permission, because why not? You're going to exist anyway. You may as well let yourself, not hamper your own existence by making it this struggle to fit someone else's idea of who you should be. It's just an idea of what a man should be like. It's really not that deep. It's just what has been salient culturally. It's just an idea, and yet it feels so powerful because of the people that are purporting it and the way that it's structured into our lives. These ideas of masculinity are no more, they're not anything really. Whatever you decide masculinity is, if you do decide to imbibe it into your being, that is way more relevant than any idea that exists online or elsewhere, because it's something that you've decided. It's your decision, and you can make it about whatever you want to make it about. It's not impossible. It just takes time. It's just getting better at being, and we get better at being by just being, and we need to honor ourselves by figuring out who that person is and doing the work to grow that person. So that's all. I hope it's useful.